Do you want to know what's scary? Being 55, having $60,000 worth of credit card debt, and having absolutely nothing saved for retirement. So my husband and I work hard. We own our own business. But working hard was not building our future. I remember we sat down and looked at the numbers, and his question to me was, how can we have been working this hard and have this much debt? And neither one of us had the answer for that. And that is a really yucky, scary feeling. It's just a yucky place to be. But it did make me realize something that night. I realized that I could not continue to ignore this situation. I knew something had to change, and I really knew that I needed to figure out how to create more income.
Do you want to see what $60,000 worth of debt looks like? Hi, I'm Christy, and I overshare about my debt so you can feel better about yours. This is my U.S. bank credit card, and I have $2,396.08. This is a Citi credit card, and I owe $9,012.20. This is Chase Sapphire. I used to use this card for the travel benefits. Obviously, that's not what's happening anymore. I owe $6,427. This is my Columbia Bank credit card. I owe $4,121.31. This is my Mountain America credit card. I owe $9,143.85. This is my car loan. I owe $12,348.33. And the best one of all, this is a personal loan. I owe $16,799.47. Always remember to be kind, especially to yourself.
I have a total of 5 credit cards that I need to pay off. And starting from smallest to biggest, the first one is my Freedom credit card. I owe $1,500 exactly. The next one I owe on is Capital One. I owe $4,448.53. Next card is Best Buy. I owe $5,650 exactly. My fourth credit card is with Chase, and I owe $6,731.19. And last but not least, my Discover credit card. This is the one that I owe the most on, and the total balance right now is $11,159.08. That brings me to a total of $29,488.75. I started off at $31,000. I am now at $29,000. I know realistically with my 9-to-5 job, I cannot pay the $30,000 worth of credit card debt this year. But if I find other ways to make money, then it is possible. And I believe that I can do that. A lot of people wonder how somebody gets in this much debt, and it does not happen overnight. It is years of bad spending habits, only paying minimum, and just other bad financial decisions that I got myself into. I am making the decision to get myself out of this position because I am 25 years old and I do not plan to carry this debt into my 30s. I want to be a financially responsible person, so I'm taking the actions necessary to get there. If you're on a debt payoff journey like I am, follow along. Let's do this together and
I am absolutely buzzing because I just deposited my 401k. Yeah. I deposited my 401k because I took it all out so that I could pay off my credit cards because your girl was drowning. I was drowning in credit card debt because I had lost my job when I was traveling Europe. So I had to put everything on my credit cards and I just couldn't do it anymore. Literally crying to my friend. I was like, what do I do? Do I file bankruptcy? Do I take out a personal loan? I just don't want to pay anybody back. That was the whole goal is to just be done with this. I just don't know what to do. She's like, wait, you still have a 401k from Warner when we worked there because we worked at Warner together. And I was like, yeah, why? And she's like, pull it out. She's like, take that shit out and pay it. She's like, you know that you're going to get a job soon again. And you're just aggressively put into your 401k then. And I was like, you're brilliant. Because I'm when I pay my credit cards off, I can just put it back into a 401k. Because I was paying $1,300 a month in credit card debt. That's the minimum, mind you. So I literally was not even making a goddamn dent with the $1,300. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Literally can't do it. It's not worth it. Pulled out my 401k and I just deposited the check, and I literally feel like I can breathe. I just feel so happy because now I feel like I can live my life and really not make money just to pay off debt that isn't even getting paid off because of the fucking interest rate. This is just what I've done that feels good to me, was to take out my 401k. It's an option. I feel like rich people do this all the time, so why are we not talking about it more? And I hate that people don't talk about debt enough. Because everyone has it nowadays. Everyone. I just feel so excited. Yeah! Shout out to my friend who told me about this because I didn't even think about it.
Hi there, I'm 32 with 5-figure credit card debt. I took a month-long European vacation a month and a half ago, and then when I came back, I quit my job with no plan. Gabby, why did you quit your job? Can't really talk about it, but like I had to. I had to get out of there. Anyway, I wanna let you know what I've been doing to survive July, because initially I was like, how the fuck? I've done pretty good, so I'm gonna tell you what I did. First of all, I compartmentalized the debt. Once my credit gets a little bit better, I'm gonna do one of those like consolidation situations, and I know it's gonna be fine. I know it's gonna be taken care of. I'm just paying my credit cards off the way that I normally would. Then took inventory around my house of what furniture did I fucking hate, and I put that on Facebook Marketplace. I mean, today I made $200 off of a magazine rack that I really didn't give a fuck about. Facebook Marketplace is like the quickest money. Then I took a picture of every single item of clothing that I haven't worn in a year. I put it on eBay because that is the easiest platform, I think, to list something. Then I signed up for a cross-listing platform called Nifty, which also lists it to Poshmark, Depop, Mercari. Last week I made $800 selling my old clothes, ones that I haven't touched in a year. What else am I doing? I'm grocery shopping. I am not ordering shit. I am fully grocery shopping. And then on top of that, because I used to freelance, I reached out to every client I've ever had, and I've been given small projects to do here and there while I figure it the fuck out. But those things have really helped me. Everybody gets put in tight spots sometimes. That's just where I'm sitting right now, and I'm not gonna let it bring me fucking down. If anything, it's gonna make me funnier and more creative, and I'm gonna look back on this time and be like, I survived that. So if you're struggling, you're not alone. Sell your shit. You don't need it. It'll get you through to the next phase, and you fucking got this.
So I have a little bit of credit card debt, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that I moved to Nashville, Tennessee with not really that much money, and then I decided to fully furnish my bedroom. But I will say, something I've learned over the past couple of months is that a lot of my friends also do too. And it's very comforting in a way. Like, not that I'm proud of my friends for having credit card debt, but I'm just like, oh, thank God I'm not the only one. Because at the end of the day, we're all just in our 20s trying to figure out how the fuck to live in a freaking universe where rent is like $1,500. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. And then our parents are like, why are you in so much credit card debt? I'm sorry that rent isn't $400 like it was when you were 25. But yeah, if anyone is like down on themselves for having credit card debt, same. Like, God forbid I decided to fully furnish my bedroom and then buy a lot of clothes for myself and go out on the weekends, because at the end of the day, my hobby is going out and socializing. My hobby is hanging out with my friends. And one of my friends did point out the fact that like my credit card debt is not just like represented by the fact that I spent money on stupid shit. It's you did a lot with that money. You fully furnished your bedroom. You moved to a new city with it. You met a whole bunch of people because of it. I didn't meet these friends by going to the park and taking a walk. No, I met these friends by going out and going to get drinks and going to happy hour and stuff like that. So, yeah, this is your sign. Well, it's not a sign, actually, but if anyone, hates themselves because of their credit card debt, just know that we're right there with you.
I am in my 30s, and I am currently sitting at $25,301 with 66 cents in credit card debt. That is my own consumption, my own doing, and I also have about a $28,000, $30,000 yearly income. It's quite a tight budget, you guys, but I am determined and I am ready, because this is about the third time that I've gotten on this journey. But this time is different. We have a game plan. I know exactly what to do. I've really nailed down my budget, and I have been controlling my spending habits. I'm no longer running away. I don't need to take all those trips anymore. I'm no longer avoiding and spending money I don't have, which is the bare minimum that I can do at the moment, given my income, because my income is not a lot of dollars in there. However, that is the next goal that I have, is that I will increase my income, which means that I'll be able to pay off credit cards even more. And I'll keep you guys updated It is a hard journey. I have a really good meal plan going. I, again, have a really good tight budget going. I've brought down my utilities expenses by a lot, by $300, $400, which has been wonderful. So my next goal is earning a larger income, but we're gonna do it. And hopefully by the end of 2026, imagine I pay out $25,000 on consumer debt by the end of 2026. Manifesting.
I owe $30,000 worth of credit card debt at 24 years old. This is my credit card debt breakdown. I currently have 5 different credit card accounts that I need to pay off. The first one, which is the least amount of debt that I owe, would be my Freedom Unlimited card, in which I owe $1,649.99. My Capital One card, I owe $4,388.83. On my Best Buy account, I owe $6,210. On my Chase credit card, I owe $6,856. Last but not least, Discover. This is the one that I owe the most on, and it is $10,952. That brings me to a total of $30,057.68. I've looked into filing for bankruptcy, but I don't think that that's the best route for me at this time. I think that I won't qualify for Chapter 7, and I also don't think that Chapter 13 would be the best option either. There's no other option for me other than just finding other ways to make money and paying this off as soon as possible. I'm turning 25 soon, and my goal is to become debt-free and just be more smart with my money. Honestly, just never get myself back into this position.
I am 31 years old and I have financially ruined my life. I have a decent job. I make around $70,000 a year, but I have built up $36,000 in debt, mostly high interest credit cards with 24 to 27% APR, and the interest alone is destroying me. I also have a newer leased truck that I'm massively over mileage on, so that's another bill that's hanging over my head. From the outside, my life probably looks stable, but financially, I feel completely trapped and mentally exhausted. The worst part about everything is that nobody in my life even knows what I am dealing with. If you were in my shoes, what would your first move be? Okay, step number 1, you need to increase how much money you make. So $70,000, if that's what you make full time, you need to pick up at least 1 extra shift a week, maybe do DoorDash, whatever it is on your off days. You need to be working every single day so you could bring in an extra, who knows, maybe $30,000. So we take your income to $100,000. Step number 2, we need to kill your spending habits. The only thing that you need to be spending money on is absolute necessities: rent and food. That is it. Those are your necessities. That's what you pay for. But there are no subscriptions. You're not eating out ever. You are not paying for PlayStation. You're not paying for Xbox, Netflix. You're not paying for anything other than what keeps you alive and a shelter. Number 3, you call the leasing agency wherever you're leasing your car and you find out how much it costs to buy out your car. So just say the buyout on your car is like $30,000 and then your car is like the market value is like $33,000. That's $2,000 in the middle. You pay that off. You pay that off and you sell the car. You completely get rid of the car, and either you walk wherever you need to go or you get a very, very, very cheap car. I know we're spending money right now, but that is the first thing you do, is you get rid of that very expensive car payment, that high insurance, whatever it is, and you get a very, very cheap car. If you can bike to work, you bike to work. So now we cut our expenses, we increase how much money we're making, and now we need to attack the credit cards. When I say attack the credit cards, I mean every extra penny that comes in from you picking up shifts and door dashing, whatever you're doing on the side, you need to be putting it directly towards the credit cards, and you need to never use those credit cards ever. You don't go on vacations, you don't eat out, you don't do anything ever until they are paid off. $36,000 is not a lot of money. You can easily pay that off.
As of today, I am $8,107 in credit card debt, not including student loans, but we're gonna ignore that for a little bit longer, and I do not like it. So my goal this week and also subsequent weeks is to really grind it out and get this shit paid off. The goal is to make an extra $1,000 a week with Instacart, which would be $142 a day, so we'll see about that. But with the holidays and stuff, I feel like that's pretty doable. So I'm at Kroger, I have a Pepsi, I have a bagel, oops, added $1.80 $12.89. I accepted my first order at 12:12 and delivered it about an hour later for $14, so slow start. Part of that was related to me dropping the eggs at checkout. For those doing the math, I would need to do 10 of those orders a day for 10 hours a day for 8 weeks straight in order to meet my goal, which is not going to happen. So I kind of need to change something, but unfortunately I'm at the mercy of Instacart with my orders because another hour later, I delivered my second order for $17, raising my total to $31. My third and fourth orders were really easy and took about an hour combined. One of them ordered 18 boxes of cereal, which I thought was interesting. And my fifth order was a package of adult diapers, bringing my total to $58. For my sixth order, I switched it up and went to Target to shop for a little girl's birthday party. My seventh order brought me back to Kroger, and my eighth order was the one that broke $100. I just need to do that 81 more times. I thought about stopping there because I feel really uncomfortable delivering in the dark, but then I realized it's only like 6:30, so I powered through one more order, bringing my total to 126 for the day. It's not 143 like I had hoped, but I'll make up for it tomorrow, hopefully. I will definitely start earlier.
Okay, I haven't been using my credit cards for a while. I mean, I do use them and then I pay them off, but before it was just like swipe on the cards. And now I don't anymore. And I don't eat out. I don't shop. I don't do any of that. And I feel like I'm not seeing much of a difference. The credit cards aren't going down. The money isn't still in my account. So I'm kind of confused. Now I don't get to go eat out and I don't get to shop. So what? And I'm still sad. I'm still paying off this debt. I don't understand. Why aren't we making more progress? I don't know. Sometimes I feel so discouraged because I'm like, there's no progress to be made. But I am making progress every month. Like, it's definitely going down every month, but it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's not going down enough. I need somebody to gift me money. And I would never be that person that puts my Venmo in my bio and says, go send me money. What? No. I mean, I would, but I wouldn't. You know what I mean? Damn, I need money.
Probably will be for life.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. So as you could see, all of these people are struggling and are in credit card debt. I'm pretty sure millions of Americans are living off of credit cards these days. We all know how much food is, how much groceries cost, how much the gas is going for. Like, who has extra money to just throw it anywhere? So most people are just swiping credit cards and paying off or paying the monthly fee, which will not get them paid off at all. But heck, if America's in debt, do we really care about credit card debt? The system is crumbling anyway. So swipe away. I'm just playing. Because, I mean, as we can see, it is changing. The system is changing, but we don't know if we're going to need our credit scores or whatever. So you don't want to purposely, you know what I'm saying, fall into that trap. And you want to pay things off if you are able to. But if you need the credit cards, if you need to use the credit cards in order to live and feed your kids or feed your family or just even yourself, and that's going to help you get by, then hey, do that. It's there for a reason. And if the system does crumble, guess what? Them credit cards ain't gonna matter anyway. Until next time, guys.